Good morning. Good morning. My name is Rodney Glover. I am the candidate for governor from Florida. And yet again, the current system has chipped away at your freedoms. Here we go. This happened April 30th, 2026. The House voted. This is bipartisan. This means the Democrats and Republicans voted to pass the 3-year extension of Section 702, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, sending it to the Senate. Now, this bill allows the U.S. government to surveil the electronic communications of non-citizens located outside the United States without a warrant. Now, this is what's important. It's the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. Now, how you get wrapped up in this is because it allows them to surveil electronic communications, they just collect communication info. So if you are part of a conversation of any sort that says, I don't like the way the government is doing anything that they are doing, they could call that foreign propaganda and start to surveil you without having reasonable cause, without needing a warrant, which was the biggest problem. There is no warrant requirement. So if you don't know what a warrant is a written legal order issued by a neutral judge or magistrate that authorizes law enforcement to conduct a specific search, seizure, or arrest. Before a warrant can be issued, the government must appear before a judge and demonstrate probable cause, meaning they must show specific articulable facts that give reason to believe a crime has been committed or that evidence of a crime will definitely be found in the place to be searched. When you pop up, now that these communications can and definitely do get recorded or buzzwords get brought up, now that's you, that's your friends, that's your family, and they do not need warrants to just collect information on you and everything that you're doing. You don't even know it's happening. And Republicans and Democrats found this to be okay. Matter of fact, 42 Republicans jumped right on that side too. So I'm not going to let anybody off. Notably, though, because the data did say notably that this was the first time that Republicans, notably 22 Republicans, voted against the bill, joining the most Democrats in opposition because it lacked a warrant requirement. Guys, let's be clear about this. That warrant is super important. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued, but upon probable cause supported by an oath of affirmation, in particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. That's the Fourth Amendment. So when you say, hey, how are we giving up our rights? Because you got to remember, I'm running for governor to give you more control over your elected officials, while the current people that you're about to vote for can give away your rights, can bypass the Fourth Amendment. You just go right past it. Don't worry about it. Just collect whatever you want to. If they're caught up in it, they're caught up in it. If you're caught up in it, you're caught up in it. And the first thing that you're going to ask for, you're going to say, well, that's against my Fourth Amendment rights. Wrong, because because you will not vote for me. You will not turn in a petition for me. The representative that you elect to that office, your Republican, your Democrat that you elect to that office, you give them the power to give away your freedom. You absolutely do that in this system. This is why people tell you voting is important, because you give up the power to let someone else say that you don't deserve the privacy and the freedoms that people died to even get a Fourth Amendment put in here in the first place. That's what the problem is. I'll read it to you. This is exactly the same structural problem that my amendment addresses in my legislation. When there is no independent check on power, power is abused. What we're looking at is trying to ensure that if you don't want to give up your freedoms, you can say that you don't want to. Right now, your representative can say that, nope, I did this for my constituents because they didn't want to have a warrant when someone comes to sneak around in their home or just gather information on them. You don't need a warrant to do that. They're okay with that because the greater good, because you said the greater good is whatever somebody else thought it would be, because you didn't have that conversation because no one asked you. So now, when you have your conversation with your Republican representative or your Democratic representative that's up there in the at the federal level, and you ask them, and then they give you this answer, I guarantee you they won't say, "This was worth me giving up your freedom." They're not gonna say it like that, but they definitely just chip that your freedom. Have a great day.